So hello everyone, good morning. You all can hear me?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Kavya. Okay, you can able to see the presentation. You can see the PPT file.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So today let us discuss the two variant PDF. So till now we discussed about CDF, and let us discuss now about PDF. Okay. Let's go through that. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. Yeah, okay. Shall we begin the class? So right. So let us look at the contents of module 2. Okay. So module 2 is talking all about the multiple random variables as we discussed. So initially in the first class we have discussed on the concept of it. So what is the concept for that? We have discussed this part, and later we discussed this two variable CDF and PDF. Okay. So in that we discussed C till CDF, two variable CDF we discussed. Today let us discuss this PDF part. The two variable PDF let us discuss. Okay. Yeah. So what is there up to this material? How much you have, that much you can, that much content you can prepare for your internals. Okay. So this was the concept we have seen, and this is about two variable CDF and PDF. So this is what we have seen in the previous class, and some special cases we have seen. So those things are there. Okay. And today let us begin with bivariate probability density function. So it can also be called bivariate or two random variable. Two means or bivariate. Okay. So more than one is called bivariate. So here we call two random variable or bivariate probability density function. PDF we're talking about. Okay. So this shortly called bivariate PDF, and this can be understood by uh, a Taylor series of information. So we know the terminology. If this terminology here, small f of x here, this one is being used for us for PDF. So PDF we are going to get by partially derivating the CDF. You know the CDF, this f of x comma y is your CDF. You know this one. If we do the derivative of that, we are going to get the PDF. Okay. But the derivative here is two-dimensional, which is with respect to x and y. So which is like dou x, sorry, dou by dou x into dou by dou y. So which will be indirectly dou square by dou x into dou y. Okay. As we have two components existing here, x and y. So it will be dou square by dou x into dou y. So this complete portion what we have is the CDF part, cumulative distribution part. So what we are trying to find, we are trying to find the probability density function PDF. So this is the PDF. So this is the PDF part f of x comma y. So when I am writing here x and y, so this x and y need to be capital, and the parentheses of that are the variables what we have is to be small letters. Okay. So this is the bivariate PDF function what we have here. and this PDF function will be always greater than equals to 0. So this PDF, bivariate PDF, what we have here will be always greater than or equal to 0. So it should be greater than equals to 0, provided if the value of x is less than equal to infinity or the value of y is less than equal to infinity. So in that condition, x and y values should be less than positive infinity, then the value of f of x comma y will be greater than equals to 0. Okay, if we have the PDF, can we find the CDF? So this is your, this condition, this values what you have here are the PDF. Now we are trying to find the inverse of it, which means how do we find the CDF if you have the PDF? So capital F we indicate for CDF and small f we indicate for PDF. Correct? So as the limits are up to x and y, so we are writing for x into x values for minus integrity to x and y values minus integral to y. The combined function f of x comma y, so dx into dy. So this is what the inverse is possible here. And if you want to find the total area, okay, we are confined to only x and y. So replace the value of x. You can see this here, f of x comma y is there. Replace x and y by infinity and infinity. So the limits will change here. Instead of x, infinity will come. Instead of y, infinity will come. So and then the rest of the values will remain same. So that's how we can able to find the total volume, and also you can find the inverse of this relation. Okay, and why this bivariate PDF is useful for us? Is used to evaluate the probability of a region. Let us say you give a confined region on the axis or on the graph, two-dimensional thing. You can able to find the corresponding region. Let us say what is that region mean here? The series example. So this is your x-axis, okay, and this is your y-axis. On x-axis, somewhere here, let us assume a point x. So this point x is somewhere at this. Similarly, corresponding to that, we have point y. Now, we have increased the value of x by, x plus dx. It has increased, right? So x plus dx is somewhere here at this point. Okay. Correspondingly, the y value also increased to y plus dy. This point. So, which means we have the point somewhere here. Somewhere here we have x and y. It has now increased and evolved to this region. X plus dx and y plus dy. Like this, it has evolved. So we got some region now, this much. So this much it has grown. Okay, what is there shaded here? That is the area which we call it as R, or the region or the area. That much it has grown. Okay. So now that is called by dA equals to dx into dy. So from there we can able to find the region. So the probability of x and y belong to some region, which means we specify some area. It can be, let us say, from 1 to 10 or 1 to 20 or 10 to 20, some confined region R. Then we can able to apply that limits. Let us say R we wrote here in general, but R actually means what? 0 to x, right? If you want to find x plus dx and x, this much area if you want to find, what to do? Find the area from 0 to x plus dx, okay, and find the area from 0 to x. Then you subtract these two, you'll get the answer. That is one way of doing it, okay. Or else you should know what is x and x plus dx. Both you should know, right? It's very simple. Instead of representing infinity, we wrote this R. R is some region, where the region will be a larger region, not very small region. It's a very larger region. So the limits, if you want to find like this, x to x plus dx, y to y plus dy. The rest all remains same. You can see the formula here, where we wrote minus infinity to infinity. So where minus infinity limit we don't know, we wrote minus infinity. Now we know that which is x. Similarly, plus infinity we don't know, so now it is x plus dx for x quadrant, and y plus dy for y part. So the formula will be reframed. Sorry, can be reframed like this: the property of x and y, which belongs to the area dA, then the integral part of x to x plus dx, and y to y plus dy, and the rest all function remains same. If you want to cut short, you can also, instead of writing dx and dy, you can write dA, where dA stands for dx and dy. Okay, so this way also we can write. So up to from here, bivariate probability density function. Up to here, if you write, that's good enough for bivariate probability density function. Up to here, where to this part. So any doubts in this so far? Hello, anyone have any doubts or any clarifications in that? If you have any doubt, you can raise your hand and you can ask. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Are you clear with it? So this complete notes, what I am presenting now, it is there in the file section. Okay, when you go to fourth sem A section, your class team, and that you have file section. In that file section, you navigate to 18EC44 engineering statistics folder. Okay, there you can find this notes. Okay, I uploaded different notes, same cuts and pieces, it is there. Module 1, if you want separate copy, it is there. Module 2, you want separate copy, it is there. And all together, including module 1, module 2, till first IA, what all required, it is also there. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please, you can download that, you can look into it, and you can study from that. And numericals, already I have shared you one PDF copy to you, right? That also it is there. You can go through the examples from that. Okay, module 1 is a bit interesting and lengthy, so nothing can be done, everything is important there. We cannot predict what kind of questions we can expect from examination. So, we need to practice all the kind of problems. Okay, so next is independence of bivariate random variables. What does this independence mean? Independence means what? So let us see and understand what is this independence of bivariate random variables. We know bivariate random variables, which will have x and y quadrant, so like two-dimensional we have. And what is this independence here? Okay, so let us, how do we know that they are independent or not independent? Okay, so by very simple we can say that, see this, if the accumulation value of this x and y together, it is equals to x value into y value, then we can say it is independent. Okay, which means so if you want to find the x and y CDF, so when you write capital F, it is CDF. When you write small f, okay, that is PDF. So we are trying to see the CDF and PDF independence of the random variables. How the random variables, if they are independent in nature. Sometimes what will happen, the values are dependent. The values are dependent. If I ask you, yeah, tomorrow are you coming to the college? Sir, how is it possible, sir? It is not possible. Right? You will tell, because you are dependent on the decisions of the government. Right? It's not your choice. It's the decision what is being made. Let us say you want a glass of water. Okay, your parents ask you, shall I bring a glass of water for you? Right? Then what do you say? That's your choice. Yes, you want, or you don't want. You can say that it's your choice. So now similarly the x and y values what we are getting here from this You can see this graph. So what values we are getting here? So these values are dependent or it can be independent. So when can we say they are independent? When can we say that they are independent? So when can we say someone is independent? We call that independent house, independent child. What is that independent? Okay. So here independent means even though we can able to know, even though we know the values of this CDF of X part and Y part, still we can able to construct the CDF of together. Okay, then this will become independent. Because why it is we got here is because what we do is we do the intersection here. Correct? If you want to find this, we do the intersection. So intersection when you are trying to find, there is no value of X matching with Y. X is independent, Y is independent. Then what to do then? Okay, usually when you are trying to find the CDF, I will show the formula. When you are trying to find the CDF, what will happen? So you can see this CDF formula here. So this word for CDF, right? We are writing like this: intersection of X value, intersection of Y value. If X is independent and Y is also independent, then do you get any intersection? In intersection we get, let us say you three friends are there. So three friends, they want to have a lunch. Okay, lunch they'll take rice or chapati or whatever, or they'll take morning coffee or tea. Let us say. Okay, three friends are there. So any three friends names can you tell? Three friends. Any of the three names? Okay, three friends are there. You can imagine for your choice. So three of them they went to coffee shop. We have cafeteria, right? In our college, we went to coffee shop there. So three of them will tell same coffee, or three of them will tell tea, or three of them will tell Horlicks, Boost, what they want, they'll tell. It's independent of their choice. If three of them are going to say uh, differently, then we can call independent. In three of them, let us say two of them want coffee, one want tea. Then what is the intersection of that? You will say one coffee, one tea, one coffee. You will not say like that, right? What you say, two tea and one coffee, you will tell. The two you are combining it. Intersection of that you are telling it, right? Which means you are minimizing the problem. Let us say instead of three people, all 60 of them went for the cafeteria. All 60 of them went for cafeteria. Then what will happen now? 60 of them are telling 60 different things. One of them is selling French fries, one of them is selling coffee, tea, lemon juice, that juice, this juice, all 60 different items you are told. Then you are independent or you are dependent? What can we say? You are independent or you are dependent? Which one? You're completely independent, which means you're not dependent on anyone. Someone has told, okay, I'll make it much more simple to you. Two friends are there, right? Two friends went to coffee shop three times. So three times, morning they told, one told coffee, other told tea. Afternoon reverse. Evening again different. Three times it is not matching at all. So one is saying coffee, other is saying tea. Afternoon vice versa. Again evening same story. It is not matching at all. Then how can you find the intersection? You see this here? We are trying to find the intersection of that X and Y. Now we are not getting any intersection of that. Then what to do? How do we find the CDF then? If we cannot find intersection, we cannot find CDF? No, correct? Then how to do it is just multiply the product of that, you're going to do it. So usually we do intersection of that. If this X and Y are independent, then we are going to multiply that. Okay, we're going to multiply that. We're going to multiply fx of x into fy of y, right? Similarly, we know that fx of x equals to d by dx of fx of x. We can find this one, we'll get f of x. So similarly, for f also, we are trying to find out the product of it. So d by dx of fx of x, which will give you fx of x small and Fy of y capital. So small again. Small f means PDF. So this portion what we have is telling us if x value and y value are independent, then we can find the CDF like this. Similarly, if the x value and y value are independent, we can find the PDF like this. Okay, for a bivariate. Now, how do we find this? How do we evaluate this? How to understand this? Okay, if the limits of x and y are known, it's okay. If the limits of x and y are x and infinity, the limits of x and y are, let us say, x and infinity. In that case, if you want to find only for x, because y value is infinite, if you want to find only for x, then we need to derive that for the limits x and infinity. Okay, so how do we get it? So this d by dx as it is, we wrote it. If you want to find this one, if you want to find this one, we need to integrate that. We have seen, right? So integrate for two limits x and y. So x value minus infinity to x, y minus infinity to infinity, because y value here it is infinite. So instead of writing y here, we wrote infinite. Okay. So rest all same, f of x comma y, x y into dy. Now we know that d by dx here, and here also it is to f to x. So this value will get cancelled off. Okay. Then what is left out here is this minus infinity to infinity f x comma y of x comma y into d by. Okay. So this is what is left. So we need to do only the derivative with dy, because okay, for x if you want to find. And similarly the reverse of it. Same, replace x by y. What we are going to get? Let us see. So f of y we are trying to see. We are trying to derive that with x value is infinity now. Y value is y only. Okay. So then what will happen? This limits for minus infinity to y can be cancelled off by d by dy. So only we apply see some x values here minus infinity to infinity, because x value we do not know. Minus infinity to infinity. So instead of dy we get dx. Okay. So this is how we can able to find the CDF when the x and y values are independent. X and y values are independent. Okay. Now, same way, finally, what is the understanding here is if x and y are independent, and the product of them individually will be equals to the combination of that. Okay, the combination of this x and y we can able to achieve by the product of x and y individually. Okay, then if this property is matching, then we can call them as independent random variables. That is matching here, then we can call them as independent random variables. What is this concept? What we are trying to see now? It is under independence of bivariate random variables. So independence of bivariate random variables, its final conclusion is what? If you want to find the value of that in two-dimensional, if you want to find the value of that in two-dimensional, you can see this two-dimensional here, which can be evaluated by using only x and y parameter also. You can able to do it because they are independent in nature. Okay. Any doubts in this so far? Is that clear? So I'll tell you, if you study this much, what I am trying to say to you, it's very easy to you. Okay, and you can score even good marks in this. It's very simple. Only thing is you have to put some efforts in understanding it. Once you connect to the concept, right, you need to connect to it. It will take some time to connect. Once you're connected to it, I'll tell you, it's very easy. It will be very interesting also. Okay, and this will have a lot of weightage for you when you go to interviews, or right when you go to the companies. So all that into the analysis, even you're trying to do your MBA or your masters abroad. So all these concepts will be helpful for you, right? Even in your day-to-day life, you take examples and you can solve the problems in that. Okay, so I'll tell you some real-time examples later. For exam point of view, you go through it. I'll bring it much more interesting concepts to it, what is applicable for your day-to-day life. Then we can able to uh, connect to it much more effectively. So first you try to connect it. If you're not able to connect to the subject, I'll make you to connect it. Right? So as of now, what I request you is this material, what is that given for you, that much will be good enough for you for the internals for time being. Okay. So it looks very complex if you see that, but when you understand it and you see that, it is very simple. Okay, it's very simple. Only thing is you should have that mindset to understand. Your IQ levels are 6 and above 6, you are absolutely fine. You can able to do it very easily. Okay, that's what I told you. IQ levels are 6. I keep telling you many times. If you can able to remember 6 of your friends' phone numbers, right? 6 of your friend Aadhaar card numbers, right? 6 of your friends' bank account numbers, or in your family, 6 of the phone numbers you should remember. So like that, 6. What is that you are trying to do? Which you can remember that, then your IQ levels will increase. Which means you can able to remember 6 people's names. And can you tell me what are the 6 movies what you have seen recently in descending order, ascending order? Maybe you have seen in this weekend only 2-3 weeks movies. Can you tell that? That's what your IQ levels is. If your IQ levels are improved or scaled up, then you can do wonders in it. If your IQ levels are below 6, then nobody can help you. You need to enhance it and improve it. Right? Can someone say the 10 movies what you have seen recently? Or what all movies you have seen in 2021? Not in theaters, even in TV, even in OTT, wherever it is. You're not able to say. Which means you are just doing it, but you're not knowing what you are doing with it. Correct? Can someone say what is yesterday's timetable? From morning to evening, what classes they have taken, what classes are being there? Can you recollect and tell me? Or can someone say that today what is the timetable from morning to evening? First hour is what? Whose second hour it is? Whose third hour it is? What is fourth hour? Is that clear? So everywhere this intelligence comes into the picture. That's called your IQ level. That you need to pump up. That you need to enhance. If once that is enhanced to the level 6 and above, then nobody can stop you. Okay, so every day in your day-to-day life activities, you try to pump up your IQ levels by remembering the things. So because knowledge level 1 is remember, knowledge level 2 will be understand. Once you remember only, you can understand it. Okay, is that clear? If you don't remember, then you cannot understand them. Definitely, you should remember the things, right? You should know what is pizza and what is pasta. If you remember the difference of these two, then you can understand that. If you don't remember them, you will not understand. Okay? Yeah. You should know, you know the difference, right? You know how chocolate cake is, how vanilla cake is, correct? And how butterscotch is. You know all the names and all of them. You remember them. Then you'll understand them. Correct? You need to remember your friend's name so that you can remember their face. First, you need to remember their names, then you can understand them. If you don't know their name itself, then how do you understand them? How do you recollect them? Is the problem, right? So first level is what? You should remember the things. Second level is you'll understand it. Then you can apply the knowledge on it. You can do the problems. Then you can analyze the problems, where it is going wrong, where it is going right, all that. The first knowledge level itself you have to cross by remembering the things, remembering all the formulas, all the things out. Second thing is understand them. That is second level, knowledge level 2. Third level is you need to apply your knowledge on the problems. Fourth thing is if any problem goes wrong, right? Where is that you did a mistake? You need to analyze that. That is your knowledge level 4. Then you can create something from this that will be absolutely knowledge level 5. Okay, so these are the knowledge levels. Yeah. So next is multivariate density functions. As we told here, very simple. I'll make it very simple to you. No need to find any difficulty or anything. Very, very simple. I'll make it to you. You see this here? In the beginning of the class, I've told you if we have x and y, okay, then it is dou x and dou y. Dou square we wrote. Correct? Now, very simple question to you, straightforward. If it is not two values, if it is more than two, then it is not bivariate, it is multiple variate. Or let us say multiple random variable, we can call it as. It is not two now, it is multiple. More than two is multiple. Correct? So multiple or multivariate we call it as. If you have two, we call bivariate. If you have many, we call it as multivariate. So multivariate means what? Can you tell the number what is multivariate? We cannot say. It is n number. Correct? Multivariate means what? It is n number. It is n number here. So instead of dou square 2, we write n. Dou n. Similarly, this also, let us say, for example, it is for x, y, z, something like that. Instead of that, we wrote x1, x2, xn. x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, up to xn. So we need to derive this also n number of times for the corresponding CDF. If capital F is what? CDF. Small f is what? PDF. Okay. And if you want to find the CDF, you know the corresponding PDF. So this is the PDF value. Then instead of doing the partial derivative here, you need to integrate it. So very simple, minus integral to x1, minus integral to x2, and so on up to minus integral to xn, f of x1 to up to xn. You need to do the derivative of this dx1, dx2, dxn. Okay. So this is how we can do the multivariate density functions. If it is bivariate, substitute the value of n by 2. If it is multivariate, substitute the value of n by n itself. Any doubts so far? The concepts clear to you? Yes? Hello? The first thing what we should do is you should remove the fear from your side. Okay. Your friends will say to you that this subject is tough, that subject is easy, that is difficult, this is difficult, all that. You should feel yourself, should be independent. You may feel some subject interesting and you may feel some subject difficult. That's your choice. Don't be biased through your friends. If someone says that it is good, you should feel that it is good. If someone says it is not good, you should feel that it is not good. Correct? So when you come out of the box, your thinking will grow. You're being inside the box, thinking that this subject is like that only, this subject is like this, online class is what we can learn. We cannot do anything. First, come out of the box, right? Try to learn, show some interest. Any doubts, anytime you have, you can discuss with me, right? You can message me or you can call me and discuss with that, no problem. Or you tell me once again, I'll revise those topics, right? You need to think the solution out of box. Don't be inside the box. You are only physically inside the room, not going out, not forgot to walk or forgot to run, but your brain should work accordingly. Right? Physically, you are there inside the home. Nobody, no one, everyone is stopping you not to go. That's good. But mentally, you can explore. Right? You can have the vision to explore yourself. So you use this as a good opportunity for you to explore. Yeah. Finally, so these are the problems what we have based on these numericals. So let us say the formulas what we have. If you want to find for x and y, is CDF or PDF? This one is. All this what we wrote are for CDF or PDF. Capital X is for CDF or PDF? No one? No one have the guts to answer? Capital F is for CDF or PDF? Hello? When we use capital F, it is for PDF or CDF? No one? Okay, I'll say capital F for CDF. Then what is for small f? Capital F we use for CDF. What is that we use for small f? Hmm? Hello, who are there in the class? Please raise your hand. You can see Kushala can raise the hand. Only one. Amritavalli I can hear. Preeti, yes. Kavya I can see. Javeria Taj. I keep going. Bharat Kumar, Shivakrishna is there. Asha is there. Pooja I can see. Satish Naidu also is there, fortunately. Satish, how are you? Ananya is there.
Fine, sir.
Yeah. Chinmay is there. Likit, Chetan. Oh, today Vignesh is there. Vignesh is the one who will not leave the team, even class is over. Hmm? Because he'll on it and he'll leave, I think. What, Vignesh? Out of these many, half of them are there, that's all. It's 22. Let us see how many will raise the hand by the end of the class. Okay? We can see them. We can notice them that they came and what is this? Everyone is raising hand. They'll call you and ask you. Right? Let us have some fun. Let it be like that. Yeah, let us discuss now. Okay. Always remember this. It's very simple. I'll tell you know. I'll let you know what is happening here. Easy to remember. Okay. Remember carefully. 1 minute. Let the hands be raised there like that. I just want to see by end of this class the hands raised of 21 should become 42. Okay. Will happen or not? Let us see. So we know, right? We have seen Robo movie, right? There's the black sheep. We're trying to find it now. Yeah, fine. That's apart. Right. So see this very simple. When you're trying to use x and y like this, okay, just below the f, which means we are trying to say that we have two random variables. Out of that, we have the corresponding random variable of x is small x and corresponding random variable of capital Y is small y. So this is the terminology. F capital F is what? CDF. So when you want to find the cumulative distribution of two-dimensional values x and y for a corresponding number of x and number of y, we can able to find the probability of the intersection. Intersection means common. What is common between these two? That will be the cumulative distribution. What is common between the x value and common between the y value? That is your cumulative distribution. Okay. If cannot able to find the probability, you can also find by using its PDF. So this parameter is the PDF. This is the PDF of the corresponding thing. If you know the PDF means what? Probability density function. So if you know the PDF of it, if you integrate that, you can able to find the CDF. That is one way you can do it. Okay, so this is x and y. X value and y value both are available. You can do it. So both are in the limit. Both are in the limit of x. Now, this x value is in limit. Y value is the limit of infinite. How to solve it? And x value is infinite and y value is in limit. How to solve it? Both of them are infinite. How to solve it? And this is completely independent. Independent means none of the values are matching. How to solve it? Okay. So it's very simple. Take this from this is the base of the formulas. So take this as a base. If y value is infinite, substitute the value of y here infinite. Then what will happen? The derivative of that we have seen the proof. It will become, if x is only there, it will be only x. If y is only there, it is only y. If only x it is there, only do that by dy. Okay, if only y it is there, do that by dx. Reverse. Okay, and now both are infinite. Then the limit same thing here. Replace this x by infinity. Here you can see this. The same formula x and y here are infinite. So replace them by infinite here. It becomes minus infinity to infinity, minus infinity to infinity, same formula, and that value will be equals to 1. That value will be equals to 1. And just now we have seen something for independence. Independence means what? X value and Y value are independent. None of them we are able to see some matching values here. None of the values are matching. Okay. Then what will happen? Actually, here is also some same bracket used. Here and here I use different bracket. So use same bracket. Okay, no problem. Yeah. Here, if they are independent, then the corresponding values are the product of them. The corresponding values are the product of those values. In case of PDF, in case of PDF, in case of PDF, those values are the partial derivative of the CDF. Here is the partial derivative of the CDF. We can find that this is PDF. This small f is PDF. Same thing, dou square we can write by dou x into dou y. So dou x into fx of x and dou y into fy of y. So we know that this much is this much value. It is the derivative of CDF will give you the PDF. So finally, you can understand that. So this formula and this formula, if you know, independence is done. Just multiply those corresponding CDFs and PDFs. So these are the formulas, right? And next we're going to see two variable expectations. Two variable expectations. It is also called as what? Bivariable expectation. It's also called as what? Bivariable expectation. You please read the expectation concept from first module. That is similar here. You can apply that and you'll understand that very easily. Okay. So the expectation operator E, we applied expectation operator E called expectation that we applied for the corresponding x and y space, two-dimensional space. Let us say we have some function g of x and y. So this can be also x sometimes. If we write x here, here also we write x. But we cannot write only one x here because it is two-dimensional x and y. So we should write in two-dimensional some function g, okay, it's a random function. You can take any function, no problem, which is having x and y parameters we are taking. In that case, same integral to integral, same f of x into dx, same everything, but whatever function you got here, same function you replace it here. If I write something here 2x plus 2y, if I write here 2x plus 2y, then you should write here also 2x plus 2y into like that. Okay. So g of x comma y is what? Is an arbitrary function of two variables. So g of x comma y is an arbitrary function of two variables, which means the g of x comma y, whatever you write here, you write here x square plus y square. The g of x comma y will become x square plus y square. If you write there x cube plus y square, then g of x comma y will become x cube plus y square. Whatever you mention here, that it is going to come here, so that we can able to find the expectation of the bivariate random variable. When you want to find the expectation, you need to know some things which is called correlation, orthogonality, and independence. So correlation is what we are trying to see today. Correlation. The correlation of x and y is given by correlation of x and y. In expectation is given by expectation of x and y. Like this we are trying to do. Okay. The number of hand raised went up to 27. From 22 it went to 27. Let us see how many will go. Okay. Yeah. Correlation is what expectation of x and y is what we wrote. Now I told you right here the formula. You see this formula here. G of x comma y I mentioned. So G of x comma y it came here. If I mention here x and y, x y I wrote. Here also x y will come. Yes or no? Whatever you write here, same thing will come here. Then only we can find the expectation. So now expectation of that correlation, if you want to find, you should find E of x y. Okay. The definition of correlation is what? The correlation of x and y is equipped value of the product of x and y. So the product of x and y is the correlation. Okay. The product of x and y is your correlation. So expectation of x and y, we are doing the product of x and y, that gives you the correlation. So what will happen? So here same value will come what is there here. Rest all is known. So x values are infinite to infinity, y values are infinite to infinity, x and y product we are trying to do, remaining this is a PDF function. Okay. So this function what we have here is called as correlation function. P of x comma y is the correlation of, what is the relation of x and y? The correlation of x and y can be told by finding the expectation of x into y. It's very simple. This one, this much. This much you understood, then you can say the correlation of, okay, the correlation of x and y you can able to understand in expectations. So next is covariance. Okay, don't get confused. Co, if you see, then you'll remember something, right? So co is different. See here, co-v, covariance, right? The covariance is what? 28 out of 44 people, highest number of people attending today. Yeah, covariance. So covariance is given by COV of x and y. How to find covariance? Covariance you want to find between two random variables. You should find the expectation of x minus the mean of x. Mu is mean, we know it, right? And y minus mean of y. If you want to find the covariance of x and y, you need to do the expectation of x minus mean of x and y minus mean of y. So if you expand this, a minus b into b minus c, okay, a minus b into c minus d, will get what will get? AC, AD, like that. You do it. If you multiply this x here, you multiply with this y, so you get xy first one. And multiply this x with mu y, you're going to get x into mu y. Okay. Similarly, multiply this mu x with y, we're going to get mu x into y. And multiply this mu x with mu y, we're going to get mu x and mu y. Okay, as both are negative, minus into minus become plus, and these two become minus 1. Okay, now you take the expectation operator inside that. So separately, xy, if you take expectation of x and y. So what is this expectation of x and y? Is what? Correlation, correct? And now mu y is constant parameter, so mu y is taken out, and you can find the expectation of x. Similarly, mu x is taken out, find the expectation of y, and similarly expectation of the mean of x and mean of y, right? And we know that what we know, this expectation of x is nothing but, expectation is also called as what? Mean. P of x is also called as what? Mu, or also called mean. So this is same as expectation of x is mean of x. Expectation of y is mean of y. Expectation of x and y is mean of x into mean of y. So based on that, 2 times we have a negative, and once we have a positive, so these two terms will get cancelled out. We're going to get minus expectation of mean of x and mean of y. You can also write this as e of x into e of y. Okay, covariance if you want to find, together expectation of x into y minus individual products of that expectation, we are going to get the covariance. So this covariance and correlation can be same when the mean of the values is 0. If this mu x into mu y, the product of them is 0, then covariance is also given as same as correlation. If this mean product of the mean values is 0, then covariance is equal to correlation. They are not equal to 0, then okay, different. If they are equal to 0, then it is like that. So tomorrow's class we will see uncorrelated x and y. Okay, third one, and we are going to see orthogonal x and y, independent x and y, and that's all. Till here you prepare. It is done for your. So next class we are going to complete the syllabus. What is there for your? Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Let us see the count now. It went to 31. 31 of them are active now out of 43. So let us see the names of those who are not active. Right? If you are active, please raise your hand. If you are listening, please raise your hand. I can see 34 people have raised the hand. 35. Okay, I'll tell you now. Meanwhile, let us see how many of them will come up. Okay, so what you do is, you please download the notes from the file section. You understood that file section where 18EC44 folder, you can see the notes. The complete notes of first and second module is there, but sir, assignment questions are not there in that. Yes, they are your assignments. It may not be there. Okay. If I give the assignments in notes, then why you want to write assignments? I only will write assignment and write all your notes, right? They are assignments for you. If you can solve that by yourself at any point of time, then only you can get a confidence that you understood the concept. Okay. It's good to see 36 people have raised the hand. Okay. Yeah. Notes, you just go through it. Okay. And numericals, you try to solve at least one numerical for each of them. Okay, to understand. Let us discuss much more. Tomorrow's class will complete the syllabus for the first year, whatever is required, and we'll have a discussion on how to prepare for your IELTS. Okay, so this notes will be good enough for you for the internals, second module especially, right? And first module, you have to work it on. You need to study. I'll make you prepared by tomorrow, second module for first IA. Everything will be done. So go through the notes and come. I'll make you prepared for the IA. Okay. Anyone else want to raise the hand? Please raise your hand. 37, it went on. Okay. Okay, please go through it. Please go through the notes. Where to download from? Anyone can say? Then you can leave the team. Where to download the notes from?
Teams.
From Teams only. How to download?
The files option, sir.
Yeah, files option. Can able to see that and download it? Someone? Once you go through it, you can able to see that full note. Yes? Yeah, fine. You can.
I have already downloaded.
Huh?
I have already downloaded.
Yeah, good. Fine. Then see you in the next class. We'll prepare how to prepare for your examination, and let us see. I'll tell you how to prepare from the notes again and how to prepare from the PDF copy. So don't miss the next two classes what we are having. So tomorrow we are going to complete the syllabus. Everything will complete it, and I'll tell you how to prepare, what to study. Right? So we will be prepared for the IA. Yeah, 37 people who have raised their hand can leave the meeting. Thank you. See you in the next class. Don't miss next two classes.
Thank you, sir.
You can leave the meeting. Girija, Likith, Harsha, Kendra, Dhanush, Anusha. Any doubts you have, please ask me, or else you can leave the meeting.